Hi, my name is Andy Rasman. I'm one of the pastors at Island Lutheran Church in Hilton Head, South Carolina. We just finished a series going through the book of Colossians, and in that series, we emphasize the unity we have in Christ as believers. This largely came from us pointing out that every time the word you appears, or almost every time the word you appears in Colossians, as well as the verbs, these are verbs and nouns that are second person plural. So second person being you, plural mean you guys, y'all. And when you read most English translations, there's no strong indication if this is being written to an individual or if this is being addressed to the corporate when we hear the promises of Christ or when we hear a directive. So, for instance, this last week we looked at Colossians 3, and it starts off verse 1. You have been raised with Christ. Is that talking about me as an individual, or is that talking about the corporate group? And you can tell how the application and thought of how we should respond to this can change depending on if it is a direction just to one person or if it is to everyone. When we're told to seek the things that are above where Christ is and to set our minds on heavenly things instead of those of the earth, a little bit of a different focus if it is directed to the group. You as the congregation, set your mind on things above. Do this together as opposed to you in your individual life. Seek Christ who's hidden up above, seated at the right hand of the Father. You can tell the difference. So we indicated that we could see this in Greek, and I wanted to just help people that heard this sermon or people had this question. People may find this on YouTube that didn't hear this service or this sermon series. You can know yourself if you're reading, if you ever want to know, hey, is this imperative verb here directed to an individual or is it plural, directed to the church or group receiving this letter? So to do that, here's a way you can do it without knowing Greek. There's a website called Blue Letter Bible. You can get there by going to blueletterbible.org. This is what it will look like, and I've already pulled up, well, I didn't pull up, this was previously, so let me get Colossians 3 pulled up here. Here we go. So you go to blueletterbible.org, and you find Colossians 3, and you see here they use the King James Version, which automatically tells you if it's plural or not, because it says if ye. You know, ye is plural. But over here, seek, I don't know, could that be singular? Could be plural? We know it's going to be plural because it's plural over here in the same sentence. But let's say you just find a sentence like this one, set your affection on things above. Is that written to, is that a command to one person or is that a command to multiplicity of people? You click on tools, and it has this for each verse. The first tool available is interlinear, which is selected already. And what you'll see is you have the English with the King James Version and the Greek word. And then Strong's is a concordance. And over here is a parsing. And so that word ye, if ye then have been raised. So over here, check it out. Ye, the parsing is here for you. You click here and it says it's an aorist passive indicative second person plural. Now, if you want to know what aorist passive indicative is, just search on Google aorist passive indicative meaning in biblical Greek, and you'll get all sorts of fun stuff explaining what that means. But for what we're doing right now, you just want to see second person, and it's plural. So 2P, plural. And then for the command seek, again, look here, click here. It'll tell you it's present active imperative second person plural. So again, you know this is a command to us together to seek. I hope you found this helpful. You can play around with Blue Letter Bible. There's a lot of good resources there. I also encourage you to click on some of those Strong's Concordance entries that are provided for each Greek word, and you can also have a lot of learning and exploring to do. I'll share some of that in a future video. God's peace to you.